Taliban insurgents entered Kabul unopposed and President Ashraf Ghani fled Afghanistan yesterday, bringing the Islamist militants close to taking over the country 2 decades after they were overthrown by a US-led invasion. It was not yet clear where Ghani was headed or how exactly power would be transferred following the Taliban's lightning sweep in recent weeks across Afghanistan. Their advance accelerated as US and other foreign troops withdrew in line with President Joe Biden's desire to end America's longest war, launched in the wake of the September 11, 2001 attacks. By evening, the Taliban said they had taken control of most of the districts around the outskirts of the capital to fill void left by Afghan security forces. Insurgents entered the presidential palace and took control of it, 2 senior Taliban commanders in Kabul said. The Afghan government did not confirm this. The U.S. Embassy said there were reports the capital's airport, where diplomats of many countries, officials and other Afghans had fled, had come under fire. The security situation in Kabul is changing quickly, including at the airport. There are reports of the airport taking fire. Therefore, we are instructing U.S. citizens to shelter in place, an embassy security alert said. Hundreds of Afghans, some of them government ministers and government employees and also other civilians including many women and children, crowded in the terminal desperately waiting for flights out. The airport is out of control. The Afghan government just sold us out, said an official at the scene who declined to be named for security reasons. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said the Western Alliance was working to keep the airport running, to facilitate and coordinate evacuations. UN Security Council will meet today to discuss the situation in Afghanistan. Diplomats told Reuters Ghani's destination was uncertain. A senior Interior Ministry official said he had left for Tajikistan, while a Foreign Ministry official said his location was unknown and the Taliban said it was checking his whereabouts. Ghani's departure from office was one of the key demands of the Taliban in months of peace talks with the government, but he had stubbornly clung to power. Early today, from an undisclosed location, Ghani said he fled the country to avoid bloodshed, reported AFP. Earlier yesterday, Taliban fires reached Kabul from all sides, Interior Ministry officials told Reuters, and there were some reports of sporadic gunfire around the city. A Kabul hospital said more than 40 people wounded in clashes on the outskirts were being treated, but there did not appear to be major fighting. It came despite the government's acting Interior Minister, Abdul Sattar Mirzakawal, said power would be handed over to a transitional administration. He tweeted, "There won't be an attack on the city, it is agreed that there will be a peaceful handover." 3 diplomatic sources said Ali Ahmad Jalali, a US-based academic and former Afghan interior minister, could be named head of an interim administration in Kabul. In 2009, he was barred from running for president after refusing to give up his US citizenship. However, 2 Taliban officials told Reuters there would be no transitional government. The Taliban said earlier it was waiting for Ghani's Western-backed government to surrender peacefully. Many Afghans fear the Taliban will return to past harsh practices in their imposition of Sharia, or Islamic religious law. During their 1996 to 2001 rule, women could not work and punishments such as stoning, whipping and hanging were administered. The militants sought to project a more moderate face, promising to respect women's rights and protect both foreigners and Afghans. "We assure the people, particularly in the city of Kabul, that their properties, their lives are safe," Taliban spokesman Suhail Shaheen told the BBC, saying a transfer of power was expected in days. Earlier yesterday, the insurgents ca.